Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage, nestled at the edge of a sunny meadow, lived a mother goat and her 7 adorable little goats. She loved them more than anything in the world, and every day was filled with laughter and games. One bright morning, Mother Goat needed to go into the forest to find some delicious food for her family. Before she left, she gathered all 7 of her children around her. "My dearest little ones," she said, her voice warm but serious, "I must go out for a while. While I'm gone, you must be very, very careful. There's a big, bad wolf who roams these woods, and he would love nothing more than to gobble you all up. He's very tricky, so stay alert. You'll know it's him by his rough, gravelly voice and his big, black paws." "We will, Mommy. We'll be very careful," the 7 little goats promised in unison, their little tails wagging. Feeling reassured, Mother Goat gave each one a kiss, latched the door securely, and set off into the forest. The little goats played happily inside, but it wasn't long before they heard a knock at the door. A rough, gravelly voice called out, "Open the door, my dear children. Your mother is back and has brought something wonderful for each of you." But the clever little goats immediately recognized the harsh voice. "No, no, no," they bleated. "You're not our mother. Her voice is soft and sweet, but yours is rough and scratchy. You must be the wolf. Go away." The wolf, frustrated and hungry, stomped away. He had an idea. He went to a shopkeeper and bought a large piece of sweet honeycomb to soothe his throat. He ate it all up, and sure enough, his voice became much smoother and higher. He hurried back to the cottage and knocked again. "Open up, my darlings," he called out in his new, sweet voice. "Your mother is home with treats from the forest." The voice sounded so much like their mother Est that the little goats were about to unbolt the door. But just then, the youngest and most cautious goat peeked under the door and saw 2 big, black paws on the doorstep. "We won't open the door," he squeaked. "Our mother doesn't have big black paws like you. She has lovely white feet." "You're the wolf." Furious that he had been foiled again, the wolf ran to the town baker. "Baker, baker," he growled. "I've hurt my feet. Please cover them with dough." The baker, frightened, did as he was told. Then the wolf rushed to the miller. "Miller, Miller, he demandetto, cover my feet with your whitest flour." The miller, seeing the dough, thought the wolf wanted to bake bread and sprinkled flour all over his paws until they were perfectly white. For the 3rd time, the sly wolf returned to the cottage. He knocked gently on the door. "My dearest children," he cooed in his sweet voice, "let me in. It's your mother, and I've brought back so many good things to eat." "Show us your paws first," the little goats called out, "so we can be sure it's you." The wolf lifted his paws, now covered in white flour, to the window. When the goats saw the white paws, they believed it truly was their mother. They excitedly drew the bolt and threw the door wide open. In sprang the big, bad wolf. The poor little goats screamed and scattered, trying to hide. One scrambled under the table, another leaped into the bed, a 3rd hid in the stove, the 4th ran to the kitchen, the 5th jumped into the cupboard, and the 6th hid under the washbowl. But the wolf was too quick. He found them one by one, and, without a second thought, swallowed them whole, all except for one, the very youngest, who had cleverly hidden inside the grandfather clock case. With his belly full, the wolf waddled out to the meadow, lay down under a big tree, and fell fast asleep, snoring loudly. Not long after, Mother Goat returned home.
The cottage door was wide open, and everything was in chaos.
She called for her children, but there was no answer. Heartbroken, she called each one by name, until finally, when she called for the youngest, a tiny voice squeaked, "Dear mother, I'm in the grandfather clock." She helped him out, and he tearfully told her everything that had happened. Full of courage and determination, Mother Goat told her little one, "Quick, fetch me my sewing basket, needle, thread, and a big pair of scissors." They tiptoed out to the meadow and found the wolf sleeping soundly.
Mother Goat saw that something was wriggling and squirming inside his big belly. Could my children still be alive?
she whispered. She took the scissors and carefully snippety-snip, she cut open the sleeping wolf's stomach. One by one, out popped her 6 little goats, all safe and sound.
They hadn't been chewed at all. Oh, what a happy reunion.
They hugged their mother and danced with joy. Then, Mother Goat had a clever plan. Go and find some large, heavy stones, she instructed. The 7 little goats ran and gathered as many stones as they could carry. They filled the wolf's belly with the stones, and Mother Goat quickly sewed him back up. The wolf slept for a long, long time. When he finally woke up, he was incredibly thirsty. The stones in his stomach made him feel heavy and uncomfortable. He staggered to a nearby well to get a drink. But as he leaned over the edge, the heavy stones inside him shifted, and he lost his balance. Splash! The big bad wolf fell into the well and was never seen again. The 7 little goats and their mother cheered and danced around the well, singing with joy. From that day on, they lived happily and safely in their cozy little cottage, always remembering to listen to their mother. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more wonderful tailies. See you next time.